This Camello Anthony and Austin Metcalf situation just continues to evolve into nothing but chaos in terms of the team, or the guy rather, representing Camello Anthony. Now, he went on to further his narcissistic ways, and he called Metcalf, the father of Austin Metcalf, that is, entitled, and denounces him for refusing to move. Y'all check out this clip real quick.
One of our security people asked him to move back. He looked back at him like he was entitled, or like he didn't have to move, whatever it may be. He was like, yeah, that's Austin's dad. I said, I know you lying. Like, what? He can't be here. And so what we initiated is making sure that we secured the facility. We were asking him repeatedly.
We were what?
Asking him repeatedly to leave. And literally, he wouldn't even talk. He wouldn't even say anything. He felt like he could just stand there. That's not right.
So I'm gonna just keep it real and tell y'all what I got from this. He didn't say it explicitly, so this is me adding on the identity politics. I'm just being honest. But what I gathered from this was this white man was entitled and felt like he didn't have to move or be swayed or anything like that from the situation. You're talking about the father of the kid who was murdered, and you wanted to imply that he was somehow using white privilege. He didn't say that. This is me throwing that on there because this is the impression I got from it. This is just sad, man. Where's the human in you? He has no right to, well, he didn't say that, but, you know, he shouldn't be there. You know, I can't believe he's here. Something along those lines, and repeatedly asked him to leave, repeatedly asked him to leave. Wow. This man more than doubled down. He tripled down on his statements. Now, of course, we know about this guy's record right here. It's been coming out all over the internet since he's been representing Camello Anthony. And right now I'm starting to see this race war start to ensue, man. I don't like it whatsoever. I don't agree with Shiloh calling that kid the N-word. I don't agree with Camello Anthony killing somebody over being under the wrong tent or something, whatever. Jaded American says a felon has to pay his bills somehow. His buzz, the Anthony family got new bank to spend. Yeah. Anywho, let's go ahead and finish this interview out. Dominique Alexander says he and Karmelo Anthony's family didn't know Austin Metcalf's dad was at the press conference until one of the security asked him to move back. Now, this is him saying exactly what we heard, plus more on an extended clip. Let's go ahead and dive right into it.
Back out. Let me say this. The Anthony family didn't even know that Austin's dad was even in the facility. They didn't know that Austin's dad was here until he was actually removed by DPD. One of our security people asked him to move back. He looked back at him like he was entitled, or like he didn't have to move, whatever it may be. We didn't even know who he was at this time. We just asked him to step back. Then one of the members of the media told us that, hey, that's the dad. I said, the dad of who? I said, who? What? He was like, yeah, that's Austin's dad. I said, I know you lying. Like, what? He can't be here. And so
why not? That's my question. Why can't the father be there? I mean, call it what you want. Say how he grieving and whatever. But what under what circumstances is he not afforded the right to be there to hear the press conference surrounding something that's ongoing that involves him?
Well, what we initiated is making sure that we secured the facility. Let me make this very clear. The Anthony family didn't even know he was here. But how do we know what he came here for? He didn't come and asked or come to us and said. He just stood there. We didn't know what was going on.
Isn't that the same thing that the other reporters are doing? I mean, he's not a reporter, but I'm saying the other people that are congregating there outside of the reporters as well. This is a press, release. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have any cause for concern in terms of the public or whatever. You never know. But you just said it yourself. You have security there. And if security is there and they're taking all the proper protocols to make sure that that building is safe and everybody that's in it is safe.
We didn't know if we started the press conference, and I'm not accusing him of anything. We didn't know if he was going to pull out a gun. We didn't know what we didn't know.
You're not accusing him of anything, then we immediately go straight to the gun scenario. Security. Why? Okay.
But at the end of the day, will we just wait and just say, oh man, just let's start the press conference? We didn't pat anybody down coming into the facility.
That's the problem.
We didn't look at everybody. We didn't know, y'all. But
so you didn't pat nobody else down. You didn't feel like there were any other threats or any other potential threats. But because he was there, you felt like, him specifically. It's not helping the identity politics, perspective that I added earlier.
These YouTubers and TikTok and all these people started to rush to judgment. I'm being insensitive. I'm being this. I have a press conference with a whole media press corps in a family that I have to ensure the safety of. NGAN had at least 12 people on our security team that day.
If you're trying to ensure the safety of the people, why aren't you the family, why didn't you make sure that no weapons entered the facility outside of the security detail?
We could have removed him if we wanted to. We could have literally done that. But no, what we did was we tried, because of the sensitivity of the case, allow DPD to handle it. If anybody that was there, no, we didn't let.
So basically you just let some other section remove him. What are you saying?
Was there? No, we didn't lack security, right? But where he came in and approached, we could not allow him to stay there. Not only outside of the fact that this is a current pending criminal case, right? And the press conference was about the Anthony family and their use of funds. The funds that they have not even received yet at that time. So it wasn't really about the particulars of the case. It was about these false narratives that came out about how they were using their funds.
This guy's just going to continue to dig a hole for them.
Came about it.
Felt like he can just stand there and it's not right.
Let me say,
man, what a peculiar case right here. Somebody said, kind of like what his son asked Camello to do. No one got stabbed. See how common sense works? I don't know. This guy's up here. The family this, the family that. I don't. This is probably the worst. Even outside of the GoFundMe, which is despicable. This was the worst thing that it's not gonna look good, man. I mean, and granted, I'm somebody who believes that Karmelo should face the consequences of his actions. You killed somebody. You brought a knife to school. Consequences shall be had. Now, if you're talking about the Shiloh situation, you got people upset like, oh, well, they trying to, first of all, I don't like the fact that she raised nearly $1 million more than Carmelo Anthony for the whole calling a kid the N-word. However, I didn't say I agree with it. I didn't say I say I like it. Well, none of that. I would say that over and over. But that's under the umbrella of free speech. What Camello Anthony did was under the umbrella of murder. this guy, the father was so entitled. You know, why would he be here? Why this, that, and the third? It's like, dude, this is a grieving father trying to get answers, trying to come up with, trying to find understanding as to what just took place with his son. You have all these different allegations and all of the media and the press and everybody spinning so many different things. Is it so hard to fathom that maybe he wanted to go there just to ensure that he wasn't going to get no twisted narrative? You talking about concerns and safety concerns. Yes, you should have safety concerns, period. And you should have those 12 security. I don't know, he's just flip-floppy. 1 minute he ain't got enough security. The next minute he got more than enough security, you know, in place and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, man. It's just a real chaotic, out of control situation. However, like I say, man, this racial divide is just, this tension is just getting thicker and thicker. This right here is a video that's going viral. And I'm gonna try to see the caption right like above it. In reference to Shiloh, they want her dead over a word.
That lady, Shiloh Hendricks, whatever the fuck her name is, done called that little boy a nigga and gonna sit up here and make a GoFundMe to play victim.
No acknowledgement. Okay.
Girl, ain't nobody harass you, call you out your names and give you racial slurs. That's crazy to me. And have the audacity to start a GoFundMe. It's gone now. Thank God people reported it. Because people like her, they deserve a bullet. They really do.
Black racist crowdfunded for Karmelo Anthony. White racist crowdfunded for Shiloh Hendricks. Both are wrong. Please touch grass and visit the real world when blacks and whites and Latinos and Asians and everyone else aren't in some imaginary race war. Let's go ahead and check this out from Rob Smith.
So the crowdfunding for this white woman that got caught on camera calling the black kid the N-word is probably one of the sickest things that I've ever seen. It's probably as sick as all of the pro-black racists that were crowdfunding money for Carmelo Anthony, who killed that young white teenager, which apparently everybody was just so upset about only 3 to 4 weeks ago. So it's very interesting to me that you see both of these behaviors, which are equally sick, by the way. You guys have been so brainwashed by the sickness that is on social media because you're on social media too much that you are cheerleading racism. You are literally cheerleading for raising money for some white woman that called a young black child the N-word when just a month ago you were so indignant and upset that all the pro-black racists were raising money for Carmelo Anthony. And it's really one of those things that makes me think about how much time people are spending on social media, what these algorithms are pushing people, because I see some of these accounts on X sometimes. And look, I took this app off of my phone and it has made my life exponentially better. So what I will say is this. Crowdfunding for Carmelo Anthony was just wrong. Like celebrating that for all the black people that were celebrating that, that was wrong. And these white people that are like, oh my God, finally we got one and we're gonna support like our white Aryan queen because she called some black kid the N-word and she's getting blasted all over social media. It's equally wrong and sick and crazy. And I smile about this stuff because it's so outrageous to me and it's so obvious that you people are not touching grass. You're not outside in the real world. The real world is not that racist. The real world does not, there's not like roaming packs of blacks and whites that are trying to kill each other or harm each other or that are just walking around hating each other. In the real world, outside of social media and outside of Twitter, which you all seem to be on way too much, black people and white people and Asian people and Latino people work together and live together and are friends and are just living their lives. So if you cannot understand or see how sick both of these cases are, you need to take a little bit more time off of social media. You all have gone completely insane.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Right now, so much tension online, and algorithms are fueling nothing but more and more hate on both sides of the situation. Is just horrific. I don't agree with the behavior of those who are in support of either one. But we got to start treating each other with dignity and respect. I don't even want to talk about how this started, how that started. We all got inklings. We're not stupid or ignorant to this. I just want to encourage you to stay prayed up, keep God first, please. In addition to that, y'all go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life.